There's a secret to the universe that most don't know. If you actually try your best, you can't lose. Not pretend to try your best. Not try your best. Not try your best 90% of the time. Not try your best with excuses. If you genuinely try your best all of the time, all day, every day, it's impossible to lose. So when people say if you tried your best, it's okay to lose, that is a logic fail. Because if you lost, you didn't try your best in the first place. If you actually tried your best, it is impossible to fail in this life. God is watching and he rewards those who want it the most. If you want it,
let's decode the womanese, guys, because no.
You're telling me for 4 years out of me wasting water washing my car all this time? Ain't no way. Check this.
Nice face, nice butt, nice tits, all this crap, right? I want 2 girlfriends, super hot twin sisters, right? That's what I'm looking for. And then someone tells you, well, you better get some money and get successful, right? You say, nah, if I gotta do all that, they're just not the one for me, you know? Like, this is literally their mindset, right? Like, you see how crazy that sounds? Yo, I want 2 bad chicks that will let me do whatever I want. They're only loyal to me. They know they don't deal with anyone else. I'm the only guy that they talk to. I'm the man, right? Like, this is literally their mindset. This is literally their mindset, right? Like, you see how crazy that sounds? Yo, I want 2 bad chicks that will let me do whatever I want. They're only loyal to me. They don't deal with anyone else. I'm the only guy that they talk to. I'm the man, right? And I still gotta go ahead and get other women. You know, get your money up, get in the gym, increase your stock value. You know, you can do it, but it's gonna take a little bit of nah, bro. Nah. I'm gonna continue to live with my mom, make 30K per year. Okay. I'm not gonna go to the gym. I'm him. I'm him. You better recognize. Like what? What? We would all laugh at him. Could you imagine some idiot goes on TikTok? He works for Domino's Pizza or some shit. He just answers the phone. You want the 555? Right? Making 20, 30K per year. Out of shape. Dirty, dingy. He says, but I want 2 bad. He gets on TikTok. Yo, I deserve this, man. I deserve this. I need these girls. We don't laugh at him. Like what? Well, you could get them. You just got to get your shit together. Nah, yo, if they don't, if they're not gonna take me the way that I am, then they're not for me. You know, it's like they're saying I want to be a millionaire, but I don't want to actually have the 1 million. Like what? I want to be a millionaire, but I don't need to have the 1 million. What? That is the logic that women employ, chat. I know you guys are like, what the fuck? Yes, this is how women think. This is literally how they think. And the thing that's very troubling with this, right? With this way of thinking. The thing that's the most troubling about this is that a significant amount of them think this way. That's the scary part. It's like a girl will be rude, obnoxious, a 304, high body count, you know, all these like red flags. But they'll still keep their standards high. And when I tell them, look, the guy that you're looking for is expecting this, they say, oh, well, then he's not for me. Like, what? It's like a gross negligence of where they stand. You get what I'm saying? It's like a level of delusion that I've never heard before, that I've never seen. It's incredible. And it's actually, guys, it's like the seventh wonder of the world because after talking to so many different women, this is how a lot of them feel, unfortunately. It's insane. It's insane, chat. It actually is. They can meet their dream guy. He marks all the things that they want, right? And they'll have some kind of bad habit or do some dumb shit. He'll leave, and instead of improving on that bad habit, they'll say, well, he just wasn't the one for me, and not improve the bad habit. And you want to know why they want to improve the bad habit? Because when I go on TikTok, like they always do, and complain in the car, like they always do, about men or dudes being boys or being losers or immature, whatever, what's going to happen is this. They'll make the video, complain about the guy, and then there'll be thousands of comments, thousands, saying, you did nothing wrong, you're perfect the way that you are, never changed for a man. If he can't handle you at your worst, he doesn't deserve you at your best. All kinds of propaganda, bro. Right? For those of you that tuned in on last night's stream, we broke down the blondie that I was talking about. I only deal with dreadheads or whatever her name is. Without even looking at her TikTok, we went through it. And it had all the normal TikTok bimbo content. Dancing, randomly, check. Fringe lip syncing to some kind of song, check. Shopping overhauls of them trying on clothes, check. Complaining about something in a car somewhere, check. It's like they do all the same right? And since they have the hive mind and they all do the same, what ends up happening is they all reaffirm each other's delusion. Does that make sense, chat? They reaffirm each other's delusion. They reaffirm each other's thoughts of being 304s. They reaffirm everyone's, they reaffirm everyone's poor behavior. The reason why accountability is a woman's kryptonite is because women understand that if you hold one woman accountable, the rest of them are susceptible to accountability too. So what they do is they will shield each other in self-preservation. We'll say that again for you guys. This is like real talk, guys. Okay? The reason why women hate accountability so much is because they realize that if you hold one female accountable, you're going to have to hold all of them accountable because they all do the same shit. Does that make sense? They're not as unique and as special as you guys think they are. They all do the same, have the same general hobbies or behaviors. Okay? Do not believe the propaganda when they say, I'm unique, I'm special, blah, blah. A lot of these women have the same programming. Okay? The hardware might be different, but the software is almost always the same, regardless of education level. In high school diploma, all the way to a PhD, all the way to a master's. The only difference between a girl that's an idiot that has a high school diploma only versus a girl that has a PhD, the girl that's a PhD can articulate her stupidity better. Okay? That's the only real difference. As someone who's debated both that only have, GED or high school education levels that don't necessarily aren't the smartest, the girls that are in college that are still stupid, or girls that have master's degrees or PhDs, the only difference is the girls that are more educated are able to better double down on their lunacy. They're able to use opaque sociality terms that no one gives a fuck or knows about. Emotional intelligence, also the made up terms, right? So they're just better able to disguise their lunacy via the veil of academia, using the veil of academia. That's how they protect they have that veil kind of obscuring their stupidity a little bit. Right? They're just not as obvious, but they're still. If you guys don't believe me, watch my University of Florida debate. I debated a professor. she's an idiot. She couldn't even concede that men and women are different biologically, that men are physically superior. She couldn't even concede that biological fact, right? And if you can't concede a simple biological fact like that, we don't even have a base or a foundation to work from, because you're not operating in reality. Debates only work when you're dealing with someone who's debating in good faith, and someone that can adhere to factual reality or facts or biology, or how things really go. But if you can't even concede that men are biologically superior to women in almost every way, then I don't even know how we can have a discussion. Right? In the real world, 1 + 1 is 2. In your world, 1 + 1 is 7. For nothing more than the fact you feel like it can be 7. That's the problem. And this is a big reason why academia is taking such a nosedive, because we've let women take control of it. When you let women take control of it, everything becomes obscure. Nothing is, black and white. Everything becomes, oh yeah, feelings and emotion, and yeah, everyone's opinion matters. Everyone's viewpoint matters. Everyone's experience matters. Right? What ends up happening is this sympathy waters down the experience, and it waters down difficult conversations. And it demonizes difficult conversations. And most importantly, it demonizes facts. When you get to a point where you can't even acknowledge a biological fact like men are physically superior to women, you're just living in clown world. It's Looney Tunes. And women like that typically don't get reminded about the real world until they get punched in the face by a guy. Now, I'm not saying that to be an app. We're saying that I wish that upon any female. But typically, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, just like Mike Tyson famously said. Women don't understand how real the world can really get until they're the victim of it. Ask any girl that does any type of combat fighting, or any type of combat sport, or any woman that does any type of sports or whatever. They tend to be a bit more grounded in reality. Because one of the things that female athletes do a lot of times is they train with male athletes, right?
Once in a lifetime is never enough. Never enough for everything.
And they quickly figure out that no matter how hard they try, no matter how hard they train, no matter how hard they prepare, they still lose to mediocre men, even though they're the pinnacle at their game. But unfortunately, most women don't participate in sports. Most women don't participate in physical activities like this. Most women don't get the benefits of a competitive-based reality where they're competing against a guy in some type of physical capacity so they can actually see how inferior they are. But since most girls never do that or go through that experience, they live in Looney Tunes world. They live in Looney Tunes world. Now, I went really deep here into the female psychology of accountability, but let's go ahead and bring it back a little bit. This comes back to, remember, this whole clip started because we were breaking down this clip right here with this girl saying what she was saying. She said, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, whatever. This is, like I said before, quintessential female thought process, female behavior, female delusion. Instead of becoming better, instead of improving my situation, I would rather, right? I would rather just say, you know what? He's just not the one for me. Let me cope and find some type of excuse, right? As to why I'm not getting what I'm supposed to be getting or what I want to get. And I'll use the ruse of divine intervention to do it. And they'll say dumb like, it's just not meant to be, or he's not the one for me. And it's incredible that they do this because I've never seen men actually employ this. Right? Or when men do employ it, we just make fun of them and say, no, you're just stupid. Like I gave you the example before. A man would never dare say, I don't want to be a millionaire without having $1 million. Like what? A man would never say, I want 2 bad, super hot virgins, and I can have an open relationship and do what I want. And then someone tells him, okay, bro, you got to get some money. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue to be a broke kid. I'm going to continue to be fat. I'm going to live with my mom. I'm going to keep working at Domino's. I'm going to get it anyway. And if those don't want me, that's on them. Right? Like most guys are not going to have that level of delusion. being delusional. We simply don't. Men do not have the privilege of being delusional because if we don't perform, there's consequence to that. There's constant reminders that we're not performing. There's constant reminders that we're underperforming. Right? Women don't want to be with you. Your friends don't respect you. People don't want to hang out with you. You know, one of the benefits of being a man is you curate your environment based on your productivity. If you're a guy and you go out there and you work really hard and you make shit happen, right? And you're dependable and you're a good guy and everything else like that, like you will build a network of people that are good. You will get respect from your peers. You will get the attention of more attractive women. You will become a guy that other guys want to be and other women want to be with. But the caveat to that is you have to work at it, and throughout the process, you're going to be largely ignored. You're going to be ostracized. You're not going to get things given to you. But the beauty is that you're going to understand what hard work is. Appreciate that. Women, the thing that they suffer from is that they never get any real feedback. I'll say that again. Women never really get any real feedback, Chad. You know, I have to be a little bit fair here. They're delusional because reality allows them, because society allows them to be delusional with no consequence. Okay? Women typically don't get woken up or typically don't realize things until Simps allow it, society allows it, we coddle women, we infantilize them from their own decisions and behaviors. You know, they're able to enjoy the proverbial double dip that I've told you guys about before, where on one hand, they're able to behave and have all the same authority of a man while simultaneously being treated like a child and being treated like a lady, so they're able to enjoy the benefits of chivalry. So they're able to operate in this, you know, strange middle ground where they get the best of both worlds. Though that is great for them, it also sucks because they never get a real barometer of where they stand. So that is why some of these women are delusional, and they reaffirm each other's delusions. They reaffirm each other's delusions, which is like the perpetual, you know, L.
He doesn't know everything, but he does know if you bought all your flights, cars.
Okay, so at this point, she's realizing, okay, what's going on in her mind right now is she knows exactly what Clav is asking. What do you mean restore your body? Now she realized, okay, this is an attractive guy. He doesn't know me like that. And you can see she's thinking about how she's going to manufacture her response. Okay? Gentlemen, understand this. Women don't mean what they say or say what they mean a lot of the times. Okay? It's very difficult for them to speak in a manner that is clear, concise, and direct. They are indirect speakers and communicators. Okay? There's a multitude of reasons for this. But I'll give you the simplest one. Women are terrified of ostracization. You get that, chat? Back in the day, we were running around with spears and like that and hunter-gatherers or whatever. Women relied upon men for security, provisioning, and the ability for and resources. Women understood that they're only able to really coexist and survive when they are surrounded by other human beings. They cannot survive on their own. Okay? They're not strong enough, okay, to protect themselves, gather enough calories to feed themselves, and most importantly, they're definitely not able to do this while pregnant by themselves when they're the most vulnerable. Okay? So a woman's biggest fear, okay, since the beginning of human history has been ostracization from the tribe. Ostracization from the tribe, or being exiled, in other words, for some of you guys that don't read often or roll the chips.
Hello.
Ostracization or exile from the tribe pretty much meant certain death. Okay? So this is a huge fear of theirs. So what women ended up learning how to do was I need to be able to communicate in a way where I'm conveying something across, but it's still fairly ambiguous where there's room for it to be interpreted another way, or it gives me the right to correct them if they misinterpret it in a manner that I dislike. Okay? I'll give you an example. It's a clavier. I need to restore my body, right? For someone like him that she's trying to attract, she's gonna say, "Oh well, I was not sleeping much. I was working a lot. Blah blah blah. Keep it like that." But to her gay best friend, oh yeah, I was getting real.